It's fairly straightforward in terms of it's a nice, simple little story about two people who connect, you know, and two other people who don't connect. And so that's quite sort of straightforward, and so it allows us all to have fun and enjoy what's going on. And Amy, as she's written it as well, knows what she wants to see.
I think it's quite funny I'm involved in Tube Tales. I've got my running theme, you know, trains and tubes. I'm hoping that buses will be next.
It's good fun to play jerks, yeah, definitely. He's definitely a bit of a jerk, yeah, but I like that.
Right, my character's called Alex and she's going on a tube journey, as you can see. And basically she's unaware of the fact that she's so attractive. It's not an obvious thing. She's not like she's going out to flirt intentionally. Normally I think she'd probably be the kind of girl that would just ignore this because she's quite used to guys sort of finding her sexy and attractive, that she wouldn't play up to it. But this particular day she feels a little bit devilish and she thinks, right, I'm going to go for it. So she plays up to the fact that she's got this attention and it's all eyes on her. And of course she makes the situation worse by being a bit flirty. I was slightly nervous to start with, just because it's so different for me, but after being here for, I guess, 2 hours, I was so into it that I could just be Alex for the rest of the week and be quite happy about it.
The idea of doing something as fun and as quick as this, getting your camera back, having a few actors, not having to worry about all those gigantic peripheral problems that you have to, because when you do those kind of films in the end, it's not so much like directing films anymore, it's more like running a corporation. You know, this is more like all the hundreds of rock videos I used to do and stuff like that, and getting your hands dirty and getting back into it and doing TV, drama, and, you know, I did theatre work. You know, it's much more accessible, it's much quicker, you get a much quicker return in terms of enjoyment, I think.
Like usually a kid sort of tries to show you how cute they are, or how clever they are, or all the rest of it. Tom's him. Tom's Tom. Sort of little character. And yeah, I'll work with him any day. Better than dogs. Ray's got the North London walk, like the bowl. And his first day's rehearsal was Ray teaching Tom how to do the North London bowl. Now Tom has got it off to a T. They look the business. They look like Lauren Hardy walking down the street. It's wonderful.
It's quite easy remembering the lines. I mean, because Bob Hoskins just says, do what you like. Sometimes he says, like, what way do you like it? Practice it first and see what way you like it. And I had to do a walk with him, and we were practicing a walk, like moving our arms like that for the audition for it. And because tomorrow I've got to walk along a wall, pushing my arms and saying lines to him, and he's answering me back.
We were talking about this idea and we got an ending and it was going really well, and I said, hey, nobody needs to speak, we can do it without dialogue. Yes, what a fantastic idea. And that was great, that really was good, I really enjoyed that. I chickened out halfway through the writing process and tried to slip a few lines in, but by then Ewan had he liked the idea, so he was not going to let me get anybody speaking.
The more we go along, the more we realise that this man's in it's coming up to a bit of a crisis in his life, you know, and isn't terribly together or happy, and so this girl appears in his mind, and just this lovely. I wanted somebody who would just look and appear as the kind of perfect girl to be with and spend time with. people saving people from bombs and planes. I'd really let your countrymen in Hollywood get on with that, because I can't be arsed. It's nothing, no interest to me, and nor do I want to make, you know, social realistic docudramas about, you know, unemployed steelworkers in Glasgow. I'm not interested in that either. But I don't know. I'd like my work and as an actor to be about something and about people, and so I've always been attracted to roles that are about something or say something. And so it makes perfect sense, and I didn't even think about it. I didn't go out my way to get a regular guy. It's just the story that came out of my head with Jill. I didn't analyse it, just came up with a nice wee tale, a wee romance.
No, he'll say, can you look a bit iller there, or can you look a bit more contained, so that, you know, the audience don't know what's happening, you know, don't give the game away. So he's kind of...
I had a vague idea of what type of character I wanted, but it's only once you've cast and you've found the performers that you can actually start filling in. And so then it's really, quite a lot of it's left up to them. We did lots of sort of improvised sessions really to get the dialogue sounding absolutely genuine. I wanted it to feel, I mean, although it's very sort of over the top and, you know, very grotesque, I wanted each, you know, individual moment to feel convincing and feel as if, yeah, that's the sort of thing you would see in a train.
I hope that there is a sense of a positive sort of element to it, with the old man's sort of discovery of himself again. But within that, hidden within that, there is a certain cynicism of the way other people treat the bird, the way other people treat the old man. But ultimately, yeah, there's hopefully a slightly upbeat feel. Sometimes as an actor, I think you feel like you feel that people have preconceived opinions about actors. And also there are people that it takes quite a while to get to know, because they're doing their vital job sort of in the background, whereas what I've really enjoyed is the communication with everybody.
I just wanted the idea of a panicked mother for a reason that it is her baby, and that any parent can identify with, which is, where's my baby? And then I just wanted the range of emotions to the wonderment of the child, and just the notion that what is constricting and frustrating to a grown-up is liberating to a pair of baby eyes.
In this tale, I play a mother who has a daughter, and we're travelling on the tube together, and there's a mishap, and she gets off at my daughter gets off at a station, and I carry on the tube, so we've lost each other. So for the whole tale, for me, I'm running up and down. I had to get the tube back to the other platform, and I'm running around looking for my daughter in a real state of hysteria and anxiety. Meanwhile, my daughter is having the time of her life. She's got free from her mum from the first time, and she enters into a kind of child's fantasy world, and she sees everything as if she's in a fairy tale. I think it's lovely for a British film, which it will be a whole film, to centre around something that's so utterly couldn't be anywhere else in the world as the Tube. It's the London Tube. And I think that sometimes English films don't use London or England in a visual way that well. You know, you watch those kind of American independent films, and they're set in diners and motels, and you get that real Americana feeling, and somehow British films don't often get that kind of, because it's kind of like, it's a great looking thing, the Tube.
it's not necessarily about Jesus, it's not necessarily about God, it's just about whatever it is that happens. If you've been a good person, and that doesn't, you can do bad things in your life, but if you're prepared to take the challenge of life, and that will mean that you have to struggle and you have to go through pain and you have to acknowledge who you are and be true to that. And being true to who you really are is a very hard thing to do, because it's not about being happy and nice, because we're not. I don't think we are as human beings. I don't feel that we are nice. There's lots of very dark and moody feelings that come with being who we are. I think that most kids are inspired by the films they see. So we did actually decide at the beginning in rehearsal that they would have watched True Romance together, and it would have been a fantasy that they would try to fulfill in their lives. And why not? You know, it's like with a gangster film. You know, I believe that yesterday's gangster movies are tomorrow's true gangsters, because they're inspired by what they see.